A racetrack grandstand collapses. A highway pileup unfolds in agonizing slow motion. In The Final Destination, catastrophe isn't a singular event but a perpetual condition. The film presents a world where safety is an illusion and the machinery of modern life is perpetually one failed bolt away from carnage. This fourth entry arrived in 2009, a point of franchise fatigue for many series. Directed by David R. Ellis, a former stuntman and second unit director, the film was conceived and shot for 3D release during the medium's brief early 2010s resurgence. This technological mandate wasn't just a gimmick, it fundamentally shaped the film's aesthetic, pushing Ellis towards in-your-face, projectile-based violence that feels more immediate and physically intrusive than its predecessors. Production trivia reveals a film built for visceral impact. The elaborate opening racetrack sequence required a massive, meticulously engineered set piece. Unlike the more elaborate, Rube Goldberg-like deaths of Final Destination 2, Ellis and his effects team focused on industrial and automotive failures. The goal was a cruder, more brutal physics. Less about clever irony, more about sheer, unstoppable force. This shift in tone is crucial. While the original film played with gothic supernatural dread, The Final Destination operates with a cold, almost nihilistic logic. Death here isn't a shadowy figure with a plan, it's a glitch in the system. The Premonition's protagonist, Nick O'Bannon, experiences are less mystical visions and more like catastrophic system forecasts, highlighting flaws in the design of reality itself. The film's central theme is the terror of randomness in a designed world. We live surrounded by engineering meant to protect us. Guardrails, safety glass, seatbelts, building codes. The Final Destination systematically dismantles this faith. An escalator becomes a meat grinder. A car wash transforms into a crushing chamber. Each set piece argues that the very structures created for our convenience are pregnant with latent violent potential. Consider the salon sequence. It's a space of curated beauty and relaxation. Yet, under the film's gaze, every nozzle, tube, and electrical outlet is a weapon waiting to be activated. The horror stems not from a malevolent spirit, but from the simple, catastrophic convergence of mundane elements. A dropped tool, a spark, a leak. It suggests that order is fragile, and chaos is the default state lurking just beneath. This represents a significant evolution from the franchise's earlier moralistic undertones. In prior films, characters often cheated a death meant for them, and their subsequent demises carried a sense of poetic, almost karmic justice. Here, that morality evaporates. The victims are often bystanders, people who merely happen to be in the wrong place when the design failed. Their deaths feel less like punishment and more like statistical inevitabilities. The film's visual language reinforces this. Ellis employs a flat, almost sterile color palette in the mundane scenes, making the bursts of gore and fire feel like violent eruptions through a bland surface. The 3D composition often pushes objects toward the viewer, wrenches, debris, blood, creating a sense of inescapable proximity to the violence. You are not watching danger, you are in its splash zone. Nick's struggle is philosophically distinct. He isn't trying to outsmart a cosmic plan, but to identify and patch systemic flaws. His attempts to save people involve crude interventions, blocking drains, disabling machinery. It's a desperate, engineering-minded response to an engineering problem, highlighting humanity's futile attempt to apply reason to fundamentally irrational chaos. The film's conclusion is its bleakest statement. After surviving the film's cascading disasters, the characters believe they've won, but in a mall surrounded by the comforting noise of commerce and community, the system fails again. A faulty movie screen falls. A fire sprinkler line bursts. The final shot implies the cycle is endless, not because death is vengeful, but because the world is inherently mechanically unstable. This ending reframes the entire franchise. It suggests the earlier film's design was perhaps a comforting narrative the characters imposed on randomness. Here, that comfort is stripped away. There is no design, only a universe of poorly maintained parts and inevitable entropy. The true monster isn't death with a scythe, but a sheared bolt, or a corroded pipe. In this light, The Final Destination becomes one of the purest expressions of post-9/11, post-financial crisis anxiety in popular horror. It captures a deep-seated cultural fear that the complex systems we rely on, financial, infrastructural, social, are fundamentally unsound and capable of catastrophic random failure at any moment. It's a film often dismissed as the franchise's most gratuitous entry, yet its lack of subtlety is its thesis. By removing the gothic elegance and moral framework, it exposes the raw, mechanistic heart of the series' fear, that we are not living in a story with meaning, but in a poorly constructed machine, and our deaths will be as meaningless as a faulty circuit shorting out. The legacy of The Final Destination lies in its brutal honesty. It doesn't offer the catharsis of a villain defeated or a mystery solved. It offers only the image of a crack propagating through glass, a chain reaction begun by a stress no one noticed. It argues that in a world of our own design, the most profound terror isn't the supernatural, but the simple, silent failure of the things we built to keep us safe. It leaves us with a chilling intimacy. After the credits roll, you might glance at the ceiling fan, hear the hum of your appliances, or feel the vibration of a passing truck with a new, quiet suspicion. The film's true success isn't in the jump scares, but in the quiet moment afterward, when you contemplate the fragile order of your own room and the chaos waiting in the wires. Thank you for watching until the end. We pour our passion into every single video essay, exploring the stories behind the movies we all love. If you stumbled upon this video by chance, there is a very high probability you might never see our channel again in your feed. So please, take a moment to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and ring the bell. We are actively growing this community of cinema lovers, and your support is what helps us make our content better and more insightful every single day. Let's explore the magic of filmmaking together. See you in the next one.